you've been looking into buying the book, The Power of Habit, Why We Do and What We Do in Life and Business by Charles Duhigg, I think that this is Atomic Habits' underrated cousin. Personally, even though Habits is such a great book, it's been over recommended so many times, and when you go ahead and actually read it, you almost feel kind of disappointed, even though it's still a great book. Now, the thing about Atomic Habits is that it teaches you the way on how you can properly structure a habit and how you can make it how you can use it to achieve your success. However, when things fail, when that system fails, which will fail because the system is relatively simple, you'll know what to do. You'll have no foundation to lay back on. This book analyzes habits from all angles. There's various stories from people who had their memory wiped, business leaders, protests, and people who've changed their lives in this book to analyze the habits at every single level to isolate certain variables that you need to look at when you make new habits. Now, the thing about this book is that the thing that gives you is this new perspective on life. You see everything as habits. And that may seem naive, but that's a good thing. I remember when I read this when I was 12. I was 12 then. I was quite naive. I was like, ooh, if I get the good habits, I'll be successful. Which I wasn't actually far off. If I followed that, I would have been ultra successful. So, really, this book, once you read it, you'll be able to take a look at the problem. Aha, that problem is because of cause and effect, that thing, which because of this bad habit, which leads to that bad habit, which leads to my current problem. And then if you ask one how to make a good habit, it's like, aha, that's a perfect cue that I could take advantage of, that I could transform into a habit with a craving that can enhance the habit. So you get all these new thinking ways and new language in your brain that helps you navigate life. Along with that, it talks about keystone habits. Keystone habits is when a habit affects more than you intended. So it really helps you evaluate whether the habits you're bringing in, the habits you're deciding to take on, are really keystone habits. For example, exercise. Exercise, you might just think it's about getting healthier, getting fitter. But really, it also brings structure to your day, making you more productive. It also teaches you how to level up, how to persevere. It teaches you willpower. It makes you healthier, makes you more productive work, since you're more healthier, will feel more happy, feel better. And all these things impact the other bits of your life. Versus writing affirmations. Writing affirmations, it only really helps with your mindset, nothing else. So you would pick something like exercise, reading, or journaling versus something like writing affirmations or just stargazing. So that's why I recommend the book. In the book, there's a lot more. It just takes a look at every single angle, every single idea. It talks about how when you're addicted, the craving happens before you get the reward. That's why addiction happens. It talks about, how things sell and how real habits play in it. There's a story of a guy who transformed like an aluminum company into one of the safest companies in the world. In this company, if you get hurt, there's less chance of you getting hurt than if you just worked in a software company or an animation company. It's so safe now that this guy, and not only has the safety improved, but the stock price has also risen like 5 times since the guy's deployment. He's retired now. Talks about how Starbucks works, how habits can be formed in a crisis, how easily they can form, how they can transform organizations, how protests are, what they're responsible for habits, the willpower part, and a bunch of stories of people who transformed their lives by changing their habits. So, I think, like Keystone Habits, this is a keystone book. I would recommend this book to anyone who's starting self-improvement. This book, if you read it, it'll give you the foundation, it'll lay the path down that when you read other books, you'll actually be able to implement them and you'll be able to understand them. So I recommend this book to anyone who's studying on self-improvement. It's not too hard to read. It looks bad. It looks like a textbook. But overall, it's really pleasant to read, and it's helped me a lot. Hey, my name's Alvin Chen. I'm going to be doing a bunch of book review videos, and this is a new channel. And in the future, I plan on doing self-development videos about learning, growth, and discipline. So if you're interested in that, and you want to see that in the future, consider subscribing. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next video.